clear that they've let the president down, and it's about time the president revisited some of these appointments and disappointed some, because the country's interests are important. The vision that he has for Zimbabwe can only be achieved by committed, dedicated, competent people with capacity to drive this nation forward. The 2030 middle economy that we're talking about is not doable, is a dream if we don't have people who are competent to be able to drive this vision forward.
So as we go towards 2023 elections, you are saying the team that is surrounding the president is compromised. They are not doing their duties effectively. Are we likely to going to see this affecting the outcome of the election?
But you see, it is important. When the elections come, people want to measure the performance of members of parliament. People want to measure the performance of ministers, of the executive. There are three tiers of the state, as you'd appreciate: the executive, the judiciary, and parliament. And we're trying all we could with limited resources. You've heard parliamentarians sleeping in brothels in cars because they're under-resourced, but we're still committed to duty. Where are they in the luxury houses that they have of 500,000, 350,000, and so forth? So this has got an effect on the election outcome, because the executive is responsible for policy and for implementation. So how do they implement, and how do they comprehend policy when they are not here? It is constitutional. Section 107 of the Constitution is very clear. It talks about the vice presidents being there, ministers being there, and deputy ministers being there to be able to answer two questions. So how do they answer questions in parliament when they're not here for the national budget, which is critical in the economic transformation of the country? So they are seen lacking. As a result, they are useless, and it's a waste of taxpayers. There's got to be a review of the performance of cabinet ministers. The review starts with their performance in parliament. That are they attending to that? They go to cabinet, but attending cabinet is not what is important. What's important is to come and talk to the people through parliament on what cabinet is discussed, and then we must have oversight of that. We must be able to question, to interrogate what cabinet has decided upon the people. Then we are speaking from the same page. We move forward as a nation. But right now, there is no ways that we can say we are leaving no one and no place behind. They are the first to be left behind, yet they should be the torch bearers. If the torch bearers are behind, who will then lead the blind?